Gentleman from McCracken.
Speaker, I yield to the gentleman from Menifee for a citation.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Menifee.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Could you please have the clerk call citation number 38, please?
Mr. Clerk, please report.
Citation 38, Representative Hale. Citation of remembrance. The House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Kentucky hereby remembers the lives of the Kentucky victims of the March 2nd, 2012 tornadoes.
Gentleman from Menifee.
Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, if I could just have your attention for just a moment. 9 years ago today, March the 2nd, 2012, there were a string of tornadoes that hit our Commonwealth. I'm going to actually address the one that struck the county that I reside in and the areas next to Menifee County. At 5:39 p.m. on March the 2nd, which is just a little over an hour away, there was a devastating F3 tornado that originated in a small little community called Mariba, Kentucky. That was in the southern part of Menifee County. And that tornado traveled on a path for the next 60 miles from Menifee County into Morgan County. It touched the northern tip of Johnson County and then passed on into Lawrence County. There were 8 fatalities that occurred while that traveled a 60-mile trek through those 4 counties. There were 26 total fatalities on that day here in Kentucky in that string of tornadoes. And every year that I've been in this chamber, I've tried on this date, March the 2nd, to pay honor to those that lost their lives on that day. There were the 2 victims that died from Menifee County was a young lady. She was 47 years old. Her name was Beverly Bowman. She worked at a pharmacy in Frenchburg, Kentucky. And ironically, she left the pharmacy to go to her home early from work, and when she got home, just this almost immediately arriving there, the tornado hit her home and she was tragically killed. Another young lady, 53-year-old Anita Smith, died that same afternoon. She was a nurse. She was a registered nurse at St. Clair Medical Center in Moorhead, Kentucky. There was another gentleman that actually died a couple of days later as a result from the tornado, and his name was Mr. Virgil Brown. There were 6 victims in Morgan County, and I want to pay honor to those victims. I have a lot of people that attends my church from Morgan County, Kentucky, but there was a gentleman and his wife, Mr. Wilmer Smith, age 90. His wife, Adina Smith, age 87. Another gentleman, Alex Doolin, age 86. And then 3 members of one family, Elizabeth Endicott, age 72, her son, Charles Endicott, age 52, and his wife, Betty Endicott, age 50, passed away in that tragic tornado. And then there were 2 victims that died in Lawrence County, but then there were others in the other areas of the state. So, Mr. Speaker, today I just come to pay recognition and to remember those individuals that tragically lost their life on this day 9 years ago on 2012, March the 2nd, 2012, and I don't want those people to be forgotten. It was a tragic loss, hundreds of homes, millions and hundreds of millions of dollars in damage, hundreds of people that were injured. But let us never forget that when we hear these sirens and the warnings, please take note that they are something to be paid attention to. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.